Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am back today. I'm recording this on Sunday. I don't even know if I will post it, but I haven't done like a get ready with me with my makeup. And I have very oily skin and large pores, and so I didn't really take care of my skin until I was probably 45. I had such oily skin, they could have made moisturizer with my skin. And so I just now started like, using the products. And I get the Allure Beauty box each month. And so I always get to try these new products. And I just thought I would show you what works for me. Maybe give you some ideas. I am just using minimal makeup today. I'm recording this on Sunday, the 27th, I think. Yeah, the 27th. So, first thing that I'm using is this Belief, and I am 51, almost 52. Believe in Truth Aqua Bomb Eye Gel. I can't read the little things anymore. It just doesn't happen. So I just thought I would come on, and I have a mirror right here, so I have to look at that to put most of my makeup on. But a little eye gel just to get rid of the puffiness, give a little moisture around your eyes. And then next I use the VEVOR Starseed Sheer Glow Mineral Sunscreen SPF 30, and it comes in this really thick tube. It's kind of it's a little tinted, one universal tint, which I'm pretty dark complected, and this is it's a little light for me, so I always darken it up a little. But it is the best sunscreen. It is the best. I really like it as far as a primer. And I just put that all over my skin. Of course, my hands are yucky. Normally I would go wash them, but we're just going to use wet wipes today. But anyways, I thought I would come on and talk to you. I made a post earlier about having my first bout this year with seasonal affective disorder. Just because it's getting dark so early, and that just really sucks. In California, it's still pretty warm. It's still around 80. Like, I have the air on today, so it's still fairly warm. And but I have the air on because I'm also going through perimenopause. So perimenopause people, you're my people, and leave me a raised hand if you are suffering from that as well. I thought when this is the Bronze Glow Drops from First Aid Beauty with niacinamide. Just a bronzing, kind of glowy. I use it over that that mineral sunscreen because that kind of makes me have this matches my complexion so much better, but it does. Usually I would go wash my hands, but we'll just use a wet wipe. And most all my products, you can get them on Amazon. I usually try them out with the Allure Beauty box, and then I usually go on Amazon because I don't like going to the stores. I just really don't want to deal with people if I don't have to, because California is a whole new world. I lived in Indiana for probably 42 years, and that's when I met Greg and relocated to California. And this year I will, let's see, in 2025 I will have been here 10 years. So the next thing I am using is this Laura Geller. It's new. I usually use this Fiera Luxury Concealer. It's for like older women, you know, when you start to get the creases and stuff. But Laura Geller, the Ideal Fix Concealer in the color Light 150. I like my concealer just to be a little bit lighter, and it brightens up things. But so I've almost been here 10 years. Greg and I met online on Facebook in an AA support group. We are both recovering alcoholics. So that's how we met. Alcoholism, and I mean, I have it back home in Indiana, but there's not like rehabs, and you don't talk about your success as far as, you just don't talk about your alcoholism, even if you get sober. So, so I decided to come here. And I just pat that with my brush and just move that around on my little imperfections. I usually use too much concealer. I have so many dark spots that I like to conceal and brighten things up a little. But so I met him and then came here. Seasonal affective disorder back home in Indiana was horrible for me, because you have like fall, winter, from rainy, snowy from October until like April. Winter, so to speak, in California, as far as I'm concerned, is the months of December and January. And you know, it gets a little dreary, you'll get a little rain. You know, we went through a drought, so we don't get a lot of rain, thank goodness. So winter here doesn't bother me as much as it did back home. Because when I wake up, even though it's a little chillier outside, it's always sunny. Every day. It may rain a little, but every morning it's sunny, for the most part. Okay, then, what do I do with it? Then I use the Laura Geller Baked Balance in Bright. Right now I'm using the color Fair. And this is a foundation. It's a powder foundation. And it's silky smooth, and it stays all day, and it's wonderful. I never thought I would like it, because I thought it would like cake in my creases and stuff. No, it doesn't. But, so seasonal affective disorder got me this last week. I did go see my doctor. I had, you know, a couple referrals I needed. I needed a referral to the podiatrist. I have plantar fasciitis. I've started walking a lot, and so to help with the seasonal affective disorder. And so it's like flared up my plantar fasciitis. I did fall once this past week, but I just down on one knee, caught myself on the cabinet. No big deal. And considering that I've had both knees replaced, and before I couldn't walk at all, you know, only falling once through all that is pretty good. Just pull that down on your face. So anyways, I went and talked to my doctor. I had I'd make a list on my phone. We talk and discuss everything. I am so blessed for the doctor that I have. Back in 2016, if you followed my story, I fractured my pelvis spontaneously without any trauma. I was walking and I got a double fracture of my pelvis. I was in severe pain. And I went to all my doctors. We could not figure out where the pain was coming from. They didn't want to treat me with pain medications. They didn't believe me. And so I'm like, I told Greg, I said, I have to go to a different doctor. I have to go to a different doctor that's going to listen to me. Now I am using Nude Sticks Nudies Matte All Over Blush in the color, can't read that, Naughty and Spice. So anyways, back in 2016, fractured my pelvis. It took them 8 weeks to diagnose it because I hadn't fallen or anything. So they were like, they never thought to do an X. They did do an X-ray. They found nothing in the X-ray. But then when I went to Dr. Perdia, who's my doctor now, I walked in her office. She talked to me for over an hour. She always spends the time that I need with her, even though it makes her run late. I try to have things organized in a list so that, you know, I'm not taking up everybody's time. And I go to the doctor about every 3 to 6 months to see this doctor, my general practitioner. But she said, why don't we just do an MRI when I went there in 2016? And she said, well, just check things out and see what it is. So I had an MRI. By this time it had been 8 weeks. I was in such horrendous pain because you're not supposed to put weight on a fractured pelvis. And I was walking around with a fractured pelvis. So she did the MRI. I had the MRI. They let Greg go back with me because at this time I was at my lowest because I didn't know what was wrong with me. And after they did the MRI, they said, you know, we'll get back with you. Your doctor will get the results. You should hear from us in about 2 weeks. Well, I proceeded to come home and lay on the couch because that's all I could do. And before I could get my front door unlocked, and granted, we live 5 minutes from the MRI that I went to, I had an emergency phone call from the radiologist that read the MRI. And he said, I need you to just turn around and go to the ER. Because apparently, when you fracture your pelvis, there are a lot of blood vessels and arteries, and you can bleed to death. So I went to the ER. You know, long story short, it took me a long time to heal because we found out I had these underlying medical conditions. And when I say a long time, I was on bed rest for a year. And that's crazy. But that was just a little bronzer that I just put on my cheeks. Now I just use this Maybelline Expert Wear eyeshadow. Maybelline New York. I don't know what color it is. It's just like white. Like a cream. I just put it on my whole lid. When I'm not doing much makeup, I just use a basic shade color just to cover up the veins on my eyes. But anyways, so this time, so over the years, actually in 2016, we found out I had a lot of medical issues. And that started the ball rolling when I was diagnosed with the fractured pelvis. So, this time I went to my doctor and I explained to her, I said, the bone pain is back. Now, granted, I have chronic pain in my pelvis. My pain has never gone away. I take strong pain medicine for it. My pain has never gone away since I fractured my pelvis. But with my pain medication, I'm able to keep my pain at a 4 and function throughout my day. I have become very tolerant, and I have a very high pain threshold. And so I told her when I went in this time, I said, you know, the bone pain is worse. And she recently just moved me to a different pain medicine that was a little bit stronger. So she's like, okay, we need to find out, you know, why you have the bone pain. It's in my pelvis. It's in both sides of my pelvis. So now I'm just going to use a little highlighter. So she ordered all kinds of, she wants another MRI. She wants, a bunch of blood work. She wants to check all my vitamins because we found out I fractured my pelvis because I have severe chronic vitamin deficiencies from having gastric bypass surgery back in 2003. So we're checking all that just to make sure. I see an oncologist every 6 months because I have what is called smoldering multiple myeloma. I have the abnormal cells that people that have multiple myeloma have, but I don't have over 10% of those cells. Like I have like 8% or however many percentage, it's under 10%. So mine is not called full-blown multiple myeloma. It's smoldering. It may develop into multiple myeloma. It may never. It may always be just smoldering. So we're doing a bunch of tests. I go in 2 weeks to see the oncologist for my appointment. And then, when I was looking at my medical records, my oncologist made me an appointment. This is after I had all of my cancer, multiple myeloma blood work. And then I go in and see if the percentage of my cells have increased to be diagnosed with multiple myeloma. So, I see on my chart that my doctor has scheduled me with another oncologist the week after I see her. So I'm like, why is that? I mean, my test results, I can see them. I can see part of them. They're not super bad. I don't know what the percentage is. It doesn't tell me that, but it tells me that the abnormal cells are high. So I don't know what that's all about. I'll keep you posted why she has me scheduled with another oncologist. Because multiple myeloma is like a blood cancer and it affects your bones. So when they found out that I fractured my pelvis in 2016, they wanted to do a bone marrow biopsy without putting me to sleep, which is an extremely painful procedure. It's like taking an ice pick and twisting it down through your upper hip and until they can get to your bone and extract some of your bone marrow. So that's not fun. And she struggled to get my bone marrow. So whatever. So we're doing a bunch of tests. So we go to the doctor yesterday, and Greg goes with me. Greg is my fiance. And he says, so the doctor's like, okay, how can I help you? And I get ready to talk, and he's like, well, she's really cranky. She's really cranky. And I was like, of course, my head was like Bride of Chucky spinning around. I'm like, what? And she's like, no, it's okay. You guys are a team. You're a team. You're here together. You give his doctor suggestions, symptoms, all that. I said, well, I think I'm cranky because I have perimenopause, going through perimenopause. And she said, you're probably right. So anyways, after we get out of the appointment, she's great. She diffused the whole situation. I wasn't angry at him. He was right. I have been cranky and have terrible night sweats, all of the things. But I told him when we got in the car, I'm like, you can't just go in and blow that out. You gotta warn a person. We gotta talk about it before you spout that off to the doctor. So now I'm just using some black eyeliner by CoverGirl. Got it free. Sorry, I can't talk while I do my eyeliner. And I just put it, what do they call it? The tear line, or I put it on the inside, right underneath my eyelashes. And I do that because it darkens up your lashes. And when your lashes are darker, they look fuller. And I'm telling you what, the people here in California are serious about their lashes. Serious about their lashes. So, but my lashes are already long, and I can just use a couple mascaras and get my lashes long. Then I'm using the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm telling you, this stays on all day. It's great. But anyway, so I had a doctor's appointment. We're doing a ton of tests about why the bone pain has come back, the plantar fasciitis. The bone pain is in my pelvis. It's in both sides of my pelvis this time, even though I only fractured my right side. I had 2 fractures on my right side of my pelvis. But because I had double knee replacements, before I had the double knee replacements, I was walking and compensating for the pain in my right upper pelvis. And now that my knees are fixed, I am walking correctly. So all of the time that I have compensated for the right side, I have put a lot of pressure on the left side of my pelvis, and it radiates down into my hips, down into my thighs. So we're trying to get to the bottom of all this. So I have to go to a dermatologist because I have a little spot right here on my face, and my mom had skin cancer, so you can't really see it with the makeup. But got a dermatologist, podiatrist. I gotta wear a night splint. You ought to see us in the bed at night. He has a CPAP machine, and I have a night splint on for plantar fasciitis. I have to wear an eye mask because I need it to be dark so that I don't look at the clock all night long. I have my lip oil on, floss my teeth, and then I have a pillow between my knees because it helps my pelvis not hurt so bad when I sleep. Now I'm just putting a little powder on, just to get the shine away. So yeah, we're a real sight. But this perimenopause stuff, it's no joke. I had a hysterectomy when I was 30, 31, something like that. And I thought, oh, this is the life. No more having a period. This is the life. I have finally made it. I've had my 2 kids. This is the life. And then, now I'm 51, almost 52, and we got to start going through perimenopause. I kid you not, I had to get up to go to the bathroom the other night. And this was like at 1:30 in the morning. And I got up out of the bed, and I went to the bathroom, went back to get back in the bed, and the bed was so damp. It was cold. So cold from night sweats. So, me being a whiny butt, I'm like, Greg, the bed's wet. He's like, you peed it? I'm like, no. Don't be foolish. I'm like, it's from sweating. And then I have pretty good eyebrows. I don't feel like I need to get them done or anything. I just brush a little eyebrow gel. This is NYX Thick It Stick It. It's just a little dark gel that kind of darkens up my lashes and makes them stay in place. Lashes. I mean my eyebrows. I'm telling you what, they got serious eyebrows out here in California. Some, I don't know, I just want to go fix them sometimes. I just want to rub them off. And I'm like, can we start? I just want to say, can we start over? Because some of these eyebrows are something else. So anyways, I'll be sure and do a follow-up vlog when I get some test results and we kind of see what's going on. And that's... Then I use LA Colors Volume Mascara. And I use KVD Full Sleeve Mascara. This is the bomb. It's great. I can't do my mascara and talk to you, though, because I make all kinds of faces. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm going through as far as seasonal affective disorder. Today I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good, even though I have a ton of phone calls to make, appointments to make, phone calls. You know, Greg has, he hasn't been diagnosed with it, but they did a lot of testing and they believe he has glaucoma. So that's a whole thing. It's just a lot, you know. Nobody tells you how much it is when you get older. All the things. I mean, and I take care of myself, and so does he. You know, I'm not super skinny, but I'm not super athletic. I can't run because I don't run. because I have fractured pelvis. But that's kind of what's going on. Please leave me a comment down below. How are you feeling? And if you have any questions about any products I use, just let me know down below in the comments, and I'll help you as best I can. I have really done my research as far as what doesn't, you know, doesn't sink and make your creases stand out. And, you know, it's just a learned thing that I've learned. I have a lot of time at home. I have a college degree, and I can no longer work. When they told me that in 2016, and then it took me 5 years to get my disability. And before I fractured my pelvis, I was a social worker, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, it's been a lot. It's still a lot, but we're doing it. This is our life, and there's joy in every day. And I miss my mom, though. I will tell you that. When you lose your mom or your dad, wow. Nobody warned you for that either. I told my sisters just the other day, I said, I wish we could all just go together. You know, it's no fun having to bury your parent. And yeah, I mean, the day that I got up and I had so much sweat in the bed, when I got up, I realized I'd had a dream about my mom, and she was laying in the bed, and I was holding her in my arms, and she was passing away. And my cousin was there, Clint. I don't know why. And I don't know why I had to sit there and hold her while she passed away again. I don't know what that dream meant or anything like that. So if you know what dreams mean, let me know. I was with my mom when she passed away, as girls were, and my dad was, and my brother was. So we were all there with her when she passed away, held her hand, you know, gave her medicine to calm her down so that she didn't panic. And but I don't know why I had that dream. And so I was kind of teary-eyed because the bed was freezing, and I'd had that dream. Greg's like, "Oh, it's okay. Why you dream like that? Why you doing that?" I don't know. But anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I may post this, I may not, but we'll see. Leave me a comment down below with all your fall emojis, icons, whatever you have. And I'll be back soon with another crafty, planner, or beauty video.